So what is up, guys? As you guys can see here, today what I have for you guys is some awesome Tilted Towers version 2 gameplay. Now this is basically like, I'm not sure how you would say it. I definitely feel like this is an awesome kind of concept, kind of thing. But yeah, this is possibly the closest thing to what Tilted Towers will look like when it does change. Because if you guys didn't know, Tilted Towers is pretty much gonna get removed from the game now. Reasons being, you know, I explain later in the commentary. But yeah, it's definitely something that is really cool, and I do hope you guys enjoy this video because Tilted Towers is definitely going to get removed. And in this video I explain why Tilted Towers is going to get removed, and I explain what it could look like. So yeah, definitely make sure you watch the gameplay to see you know, the gameplay behind right now, which shows you guys what Tilted Towers is going to be looking like in a few weeks or month or so. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the rest of the commentary because I recorded this in 2 parts. So yeah, the commentary is just going to be playing in the background and the gameplay is just going to be there of this new Tilted Towers. So without further ado, guys, let's get into today's video. Now, we all know that Tilted Towers is definitely one of the most popular locations in Fortnite to go, but why has there been recent ideas that Fortnite is going to be removing Tilted Towers? Now, the reason they're going to be removing Tilted Towers is due to a bunch of gameplay decided reasons. So one of the main reasons that, you know, I guess you could say is kind of like a recent reason why they're probably going to remove Tilted Towers is because Tilted Towers actually destroys like the Fortnite gameplay, like in a way that you wouldn't sort of expect. Now, if they don't remove Tilted Towers, and I know it's not what people want to hear, but if they don't remove Tilted Towers, then it's gonna be really bad for the Fortnite game. It could even possibly ruin the entire Fortnite experience. Now, let me explain myself to tell you guys why this could possibly ruin Fortnite or make Fortnite, I guess you could say, end. Because Fortnite could end if we're not careful, because it's a new game and it's relatively, you know, it's subject to a lot of changes, going through a lot of changes, and it's like a new game that, you know, I guess you could say, you know, it could just fall as quick as it rose there. It could basically just blow up as big as it, you know, so as I was saying, basically, Fortnite rose to the top of the gaming industry, but it could just as quickly fall. Now, the reason why Tilted Towers should be removed, and you guys don't want to hear this, but, you know, this is the truth. So, to be honest with you guys, when we first played Fortnite, like when most people first started Fortnite, the reason we all loved Fortnite was because it was one of those games where, you know, it brings the, you know, I guess you could say, sort of companionship, like, you know, you play with your friends, you have a good time, and it's just a generally good game to play with your friends. You can even play it solo, and there's just a hype about surviving, and then you feel really good when you get the final victory royale. Now, one of the main reasons why Fortnite hurts the actual entire Fortnite ecosystem is because Tilted Towers places too many people in one location. That's because Tilted Towers is possibly one of the best places to go. Now, it's the best place to go and the worst place to go, because we all know that Tilted Towers definitely contains the most loot, but at the same time it contains the most people. So this means it's like a sort of conundrum, because you want to go there because you definitely want to get the best loot, but all the same time you've got a higher chance of dying because there's just so much people there. Now, in my current game, you can see that, you know, there's 55 people left. Now, with the addition of Tilted Towers, it's definitely good. Of course, Fortnite definitely need to add new things into the game, or else the game will become stale very quickly. Fortnite will die very quickly if they don't add new things into the game every 2 weeks like they've been doing. But with Tilted Towers, it was definitely a bad choice to add it. Now, the reason I say this is because when they've added this thing into the game, it now means basically that Fortnite, now the game changes, because at the start of the game, this now means that there's going to be tons of people in Tilted Towers dying, because around every game, you know, at the start of every game, around, I would say 30 to 40 people die in Tilted Towers. And that's bad for the game, because if 30 to 40 people die at the start of a game, that now leaves maybe 50 to 60 people in the rest of the game. Now, that's particularly bad because, of course, if 30 to 40 people are left, it now means that, of course, you know, there's only 60 people. Now, the reason that hurts the gameplay is because if there's only 40 people, you know, left, like, that's just not good for the gameplay at all. Now, the reason why this is bad is because the last people who are left in Tilted Towers, they're gonna just have to do a huge running journey, because some people even saying, like, I saw one comment that someone said, you know, before Fortnite was a fun game, everyone went everywhere, you'd have an equal chance at survival, but now because of Tilted, the game, it becomes a lot boring because there's just not enough, you know, people around, because everyone dies at Tilted. Then it's just a running simulator for around 5 minutes, which I guess it kind of is true, because a lot of the times that I haven't gone Tilted, I've basically very nearly won the game. Like, it's been very easy to win the game when I don't go Tilted. I only go Tilted Towers because I want a challenge, and it's something that I think a lot of people really don't seem to realize. Like, a lot of people really don't see this as a problem. Now, the reason why people don't see this as a problem is because when you go Tilted Towers and when you die, it's definitely a fun experience, but it's not going to be fun for the people that are left there. That is the issue of the game. So Tilted Towers, I'm pretty sure they will change something to do with Tilted Towers. One thing they could possibly change to do with Tilted Towers is definitely, you know, for example, they could change the loot, or they could maybe, I don't know how they would do this though, but what they could possibly do is possibly change, you know, how much stuff that could actually be, I guess you could say, gained from Tilted Towers, because we all know that people go Tilted Towers because there's so much loot there, there's going to be so much people there, you know, it's just this huge spot. Like, there's no other spot which has that many chests, that much loot. So I guess they could try and create, I guess, another spot which is like Tilted Towers to maybe sort of balance it out. But yeah, definitely Tilted Towers, it definitely sort of changed the way Fortnite is, because so many people go there, literally around 40 people go there every game, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. So me personally, I think they're going to remove it, and the reason why I say that is because Fortnite listens to the community. They all listen to, you know, the entire game, but at the same time, game developers, like the people who develop the actual Fortnite game, they can't listen to every single thing the gamers want, because if they listen to every single thing the gamers want, then the game won't always be successful, because, you know, some people may want different features in the game. Like in the community, some people may want the ability to, let's say for example, get unlimited ammo game modes or something like that, but certain game modes may actually make the game, you know, I guess you could say less stealth. For example, this is an example that I found really cool. So for example, let's say you're playing Fortnite and Blitz comes out, right? The reason everybody likes the game mode is because it's only there for a limited time. Now, me personally, I want Blitz to be a permanent game mode because I would enjoy the game a lot more. But if Blitz is a permanent game mode, because you play it so much, you're eventually going to get bored of it because it's there all the time. That's why when game modes come out, they only last for around, 3 to 4 days or maybe up to a week, and then they're gone again, because once they're gone, you really want to miss it, and then when it comes back, you play it even more. So if they didn't do that, a lot of these game modes would get really stale, and then overall, the viewership of those things and, the people playing them, it would definitely decline. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Fortnite has to make some, certain decisions, without us, to be honest, because it's just in their best interest. And it does make sense. Like, it does make sense. They are the game developers. They are the one that created the game in the first place. So I would expect them to know what's best. And so far, they've seemed to listen to the community in entirety, and it seems that Fortnite knows what they're doing. So definitely, I do feel like, with Fortnite, the way it's going, I do think Tilted Towers is going to get removed. I do think it's going to be changing, because Fortnite, it's only been out for around 1 to 2 days. Not 2 days. It's only been around for about, like, in the public spotlight for maybe about, like, 3 to 4 months, something like that. That's been really taken off. And yeah, like I said, guys, Fortnite, they don't want to be the game that just came into the industry and then just instantly died. They really don't want to be that game, because a lot of games, that can happen to any game, and they really don't want that to be them. So of course, Fortnite, they're gonna do everything in their, I guess you could say, possibility to keep this game going. So yeah, definitely make sure that you guys do leave a like on the video if you do, and yeah, just don't forget to check it down in the comment section below, see what other people are thinking, and until next time, it's gonna be peace from me.